Hi, this is Rick Lugash here at Continuity Summit in Stamford, Connecticut, and we have an amazing guest that I want to introduce you to. This is Jill Lublin, international speaker, author for small business owners on how to get the best public relations in their business, the best PR. So we've pulled Jill out, and we want to ask just a couple questions about, what are some of the best ways, quickest ways that small business owners can actually get their own PR in their business without having to go out and hire a PR person?
Well, first of all, I just want to say, as the author of Guerrilla Publicity, I'm all about using time and imagination instead of spending a ton of money. So let me give you some quick things to do. Number one, get clear on your message. In other words, you have to know who you are and what problem you solve. Very important. Figure out what problem you solve. Don't zoom in on what you're selling, what your business is, what your products or services are. Figure out how what you do answers a need in the marketplace, and then take that and solve people's problems. Very important. Biggest step first.
So, in other words, look for a hot button, something that people, a pain point that they're in.
Absolutely. And the other thing that is really so key that I just love this strategy, I call it the use everything you've got strategy. And so what that means is take your personal life, what's happened to you. Like a woman I was consulting with had breast cancer, and what's October? Breast Cancer Awareness Month. She fit right in, although she came to me for some products she developed. What we ended up getting her publicity on was her breast cancer, thereby increasing her name recognition, her Google rankings, and creating the I've heard of you somewhere syndrome. Use your personal life, your personal experience, the things that have happened to you, and tie it into what's happening right now.
So your own story, the story that you ever have in yourself, because you can be more passionate about your own story. So find a skill, something that you know, an experience that you had in the past, whether it's been a good experience or a bad experience, and use it to tell your story.
Absolutely.
Anything else you want to share?
Well, I think it's really key once you do that to then do ongoing strategies for creating what I like to refer to as the I've heard of you somewhere syndrome.
Okay.
So here's a great tip. I love this one, and it's free. Okay, here's what you do. You write 4 sentences. That's it, 4 sentences. This is not a press release. It's 4 sentences that become an announcement. Something about your business that you then insert into the local business journal, the daily paper, your alumni magazine, associations and organizations you belong to. It's called the people section, or people in the news. So for instance, when I got my contract for my 3rd book, Get Noticed, a year and a half before the book came out, when we got the contract, I sent out a notice that said the following: Jill Lublin announces her 3rd book, Get Noticed, Get Referrals, due out in June 2008. Now that was a year and a half in advance.
And then peppering the market.
Exactly. It's called seeding the marketplace, right? And then the rest of the announcement says a little more about you. It's like a standard bio, just real quick. So mine goes something like, Jill is the author of 2 other best-selling books, Guerrilla Publicity and Networking Magic. She teaches crash courses in publicity across the nation and helps business owners of all sizes get more exposure in the marketplace.
You hear the story, so there's a
That's
whole
it.
story behind what Jill's saying. And at the same time, she's promoting herself as well. So, that's great. That's what you should be doing as a small business owner. So, one last question. As small business owners, we always have beliefs about PR, about publicity, and maybe sometimes the beliefs that work against us. Dispel some of the common beliefs that small business owners have about generating PR in their business.
Absolutely. The big myth is it takes too much time or costs too much money. Let me just say that every tactic I teach, whether in my courses or consulting, is about getting publicity for free, using low-cost exposure and visibility building tactics that are replicatable and reproducible, thereby obviously decreasing your costs and increasing your exposure. That's what we like.
So on a shoestring, totally
shoestring.
low-cost ways to doing it.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So plug yourself. What do you want? If people want to find out more about you, where do we go?
Sure. Well, I teach crash courses in publicity. In fact, anyone listening, because it's you and we're here, I'm going to let you in my crash course in publicity. I teach it as a 1-day course. You get 4 done-for-you templates, including your bio, your press release, your message, and tactics on where to get press lists at low cost, and then how to use it and how to do it.
Wow.
And they can come to my course, which is many cities across the nation, or do it as a webinar, whatever works for you. And typically that course is $797. That's for one. I'm going to let 2 people in for free.
Wow, that's
$398 for
amazing.
each person. Isn't that great? 2 for 1. Where you can go for that is JillLublin.com. That's lots of L's. That's JILLLUB as in boy, LIN.com. JillLublin.com. Or call my office for those who like to
And
talk.
we're going to have a link on our site so people can go directly to you. So we'll repeat all that information. So I I personally have known you indirectly through a couple of years now because you've done some interviews in the past that we've turned small business owners to. And I just want to thank you for what you do and for doing this interview for us.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
This is Rick, and we'll be back with a lot more stuff. Big weekend here at Continuity Summit. Take care.
Thank you.